Hey, Nick here, and a happy 6.5 year to our favorite CIA-funded torture device. But the CBT ends here, my friends. This 6.5, we actually have something interesting to look forward to. That has never happened to me before, that I care about a half anniversary. So, let's hop right into it, shall we? Mr. Gengar123 and Sukasa0805 on Reddit have given us some juicy datemined info, as always. I'll link their coffee below. First of all, we're getting these goodies through summer quests. That one catches my eye too, especially with legendary Hector coming up in HOF. And dual crumb being up for sale isn't really important because what fucking dumbass would spend that much on a You know what? Let's just move on. All that stuff is good, yeah, but that was kind of secondary to why I even made this video and what I was so excited about. For this anniversary, we'll be getting Fire Emblem Heroes Summer Special Maps. There will be 6 of them, and for their completion, we'll be going to be getting 6 orbs and 6 guaranteed 5-star summon tickets for outdated special heroes.
Really? Are you serious?
This is good, I swear. Yeah, the chances of getting some bullshit-ass Summer Leo are fairly high, but some of these units are actually pretty decent pickups and can be a major boost to your account. Let's get started. If you're loving the video so far, please consider hitting that like button and joining the congregation, or else
Blood will rain.
We have 3 major groups for this analysis: Fodder, Duo Alfonse, and last and least, Dancers. Maybe you weren't expecting a Fodder section, but that's only because you forgot about a little thing called Valor skills. It's okay, Intelligent Systems has to. This is the perfect opportunity to get some free Valor skills. I know me and a couple of my friends always lament the fact that these skills are not more accessible, since grinding can be a right pain in the ass sometimes. This has become increasingly more frustrating since SP costs have increased drastically, due to IS releasing tier 4 skills at quite the unstable rates.
Please stop this madness.
Now that we've gotten the preamble out of the way, these units shown are the units in question that have the Valor skills. Breaking down the odds, we have 3 out of 22 chance from getting a Valor skill from red, 2 out of 28 chance from blue, 3 out of 32 chance from green, and finally 2 out of 27 chance from colorless, giving red the highest odds for you to get a Valor skill. All of these units have high SP assists, which will help you score in Arena. That includes your double rally pluses, rally up plus, and harsh command plus. Your chance of pulling high SP assists from red is 3 out of 22. From blue, it is 3 out of 28. For green, it is 2 out of 32. And for colorless, it's 3 out of 27. This time, blue's in the lead. What a surprise. And there's also high scoring A, B, and C skills. Gunther, Harry, and Walt have these piece of shit skills, while these 3 lovely summer babes show us what's rockin' in their One Piece.
Can we get much higher?
And then there's DC and close counter skills, which allow you to retaliate from any range. These are even more important than the other passive I've just shown, since they are useful for inheriting upgrades like Distant Attack Speed Solo and Distant Storm more efficiently. This encounter belongs to Valentine's Ike, Val Hector, Duo Hector, while Alfonse and Hoshiden Summer Xander possess close counter. And with healers on the rise, I thought it would be prudent to talk about the abundant amount of Razzle Dazzle in the colorless pool. These skills are kind of surprisingly rare, so it wouldn't hurt to pick them up here. 7 out of 27 of the colorless heroes have either Razzling Staff or Dazzling Staff. That's over 25%, which is probably more than the rates of just getting it from arena tickets. I'm not going to do the math on that, but just trust me. Getting on with our honorable mentions, Berkut and Veronica have dual skills, which also help out low BST units in Arena.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
And there's a plethora of units with double rallies, which can be used as a prerequisite to double rally plus. Silky has Sabotage Speed, and Spring Paula and Summer Gunther have Disarm Trap.
Minna, mite kure.
There's also Winter Marth's Daring Fighter. Essentially is player phase NFU and Desperation combined. It's not much right now, but who knows, it could get a tier 4 version. It wouldn't hurt to have a backup copy in your reserves. Oh my god, finally I'm done with the Fodder section! It feels like 2 minutes to you guys, but I swear I've been doing this for like 48 hours or something. But anyways, I bet that was a lot of information to digest, Let's summarize it with some probabilities. 14 out of 22 reds have fodder, 10 out of 28 blues, 12 out of 32 greens, and 16 out of 27 for colorless. So red has the highest percent chance of granting you fodder. Right now, it may seem like red has it in the bag for being the color that has the most value, but blue have something red don't. This next section will focus on units that take out the trash so well that they put Jacob to shame. I memed about this being a duo Alfonse category when it's actually the great unit category. It's just that Alfonse is the best pickup here, and it's no contest. It's absolutely huge that he's a pickup for this kind of event. Not only does he have respectable tanking capabilities through his damage cut, but he has amazing utility for certain setups, making him a great slot for infantry teams. For instance, do you just need a little bit extra cooldown to get your GLR off the ground? Duo Alfonse has got your back. The odds may be pretty bad since Alfonse is only one of 28 units in the blue pool, but I would say he's worth it. I mean, what other duos are you gonna summon for?
What the heck, Nick?
Oh yeah, there's other duos on this banner as well. Well, I'll keep this brief. Marth, I'm a little mixed on. Armors don't really have the skills available to them to be all-out powerhouses, no finish, no nothing. His Refine seems to have made him a Vantage Par Savior with no bulk, which sounds kind of fun, but speed check does ruin it a bit. Marth is fast, but he's going to be running a save and not something like an Oath 4, so that's less speed he's getting overall. It's not a terrible speed check, but it's not really comfortable to have no bulk of the unit who is protecting your entire team. An enemy has one more speed and you're done for. In conclusion, I wouldn't really recommend you go strongly for Marth, but the gimmick is pretty tempting. Duo Hector. I have a history with this guy. I love his Refine, it's so perfect and good. He gets massive attack debuffs, has healing, and some damage reduction. It's mid-damage reduction, but I'm biased. What did you expect asking me to rate a Hector unit? Jokes aside, Duo Hector does have many of the tanking staples, unlike Marth, but he's missing a few that would really give him a good foundation as a savior. It's missing guard, fall denial, and maybe damage reduction that isn't absolute shit. Hector has some quirks, namely his AoE damage and his effectiveness against armors. The AoE attacks are fun for Duma memes, but the armor effectiveness feels clunky. Player phase armors are all but extinct, so what armors is Hector going to be encountering as a near save? In conclusion, Hector is a neat unit, but he's missing out on a couple of key features that will make him a must summon. Now let's talk about units that aren't duos, but they're still amazing in their own right. In the favor of time, I'll give a snapshot of each unit's performance. New Year's Life is generically good offensive Beast Cavalier, and being a Beast Cavalier, she got the new Clash upgrade, which offers some minor damage reduction on top of the dodge effect available in her weapon refine. She also has NFU, which is a must for most offensive units. Bonus to the fact that the NFU is active in both phases. New Year's Selkie is a more well-rounded version of New Year's Life, suiting many of the same tools such as damage reduction and NFU, but switching out Light's Phantom Speed with more stats overall. Spring Veronica's defining feature is that she can get upwards of 40 attacks. Damn! She and her teammates made Beast susceptible to panic, so I would suggest a partner that can alleviate that. She also offers an orders effect to allies regardless of movement, which is great for mobility. Summerlin. I was initially skeptical on this unit, but I did some battle calcs and she can melt through even green armors. She only struggles against fast armors since then she cannot meet the condition which prevents enemies from retaliating. And young Hector. But it's young Hector. I was even skeptical about Summer Leg Yarn and her conditional NFU, but yeah, she has very similar performance to Summerlin. She 2-taps even a lot of the fast units with minimal investment, getting 15 attack and speed from her weapon. Summerlin probably still has the edge because Flash is better than Desperation, not even to mention Lin's armor effectiveness. It seems we have 3 more units to review, first of which is Bridal Fjorm. Bridal Fjorm may not be the queen of Aether Raids anymore, but she's still a decent unit, neutralizing penalties, dishing out isolation, and granting minor offensive buffs to your units. Additionally, she is the rare Flying Healer class, which is a great movement and weapon combination since it gives your support unit access to Rain and Guidance 4 skills. With an attack super boon, Duo Ephraim can get 45 base attack, and he has a 16 might dual face brave weapon. enough said. Howling Marth definitely aged since she's only debuffing attack by 10, but that 70% damage reduction is no joke. It has amazing Hardy Fighter synergy since Hardy Fighter will work on the first hit, while her weapon activates on the second, effectively having at least 70% damage reduction on both hits. Due to this synergy, Marth still makes for an extremely reliable save unit. Speaking of kind of reliable save units, Armor Daggers are a rare breed, so I don't know how many people have even tried this, but I thought I should mention it since you could be getting one for free. It's expensive, but fun to use in my experience. We already have a couple in girls, but you might find that their attack stats are a little too low. A major weakness is that there has still yet to have been an Arcane Dagger after almost a year, and the Dagger inheritables usually fail to impress me. Flora doesn't have that same weakness since she has a preferred weapon. It's the same idea as other daggers, but Flora actually might have some near save niche due to her beast effectiveness. She can really hit beasts from 2 range on enemy phase after all. Now that that's over with, let's summarize some probabilities. I'll list the odds of getting a good unit from each of the colors. 3 out of 22 for red, 4 out of 28 for blue, 3 out of 32 for green, and 4 out of 27 for colorless. Not only is green the lowest chance, but you have no chance of pulling a duo either.
Fucking cringe.
The last category really surprised me while I was writing the script. Initially I was thinking, it would be kind of useful to have a dancer for every title for limited battles and resident battles, right? But funnily enough, Faye is generous? The game is actually very good about releasing free-to-play and free-to-play friendly options for each title that these unfortunate dancers cover.
I can hear the music.
For instance, the alternative to Hoshiden Summer Makaya would be Raisin,
Just need to rest my feet.
and the alternative to Soiree Rakut would funnily enough be Soiree Remains. I will list the units that don't have free-to-play / free-to-play friendly counterparts. Soiree Yrstar, Soiree Reinhardt, and Soiree Nefni. However, this will only help with Resident battles, since the Yggdrasil and Tellius games are both paired for limited battles. It's also worth noting that the very popular Atari Zera counts as a Path of Radiance unit, so using her instead if you have access to her would be better in almost all cases. Thracia, on the other hand, has no free-to-play dancers, so Reinhardt and Ishtar would not be bad allies to add to your order of heroes. This will be a good time to mention that some of these dancers are better than the free-to-play alternatives, making them worth picking up if you don't have many of the limited dancers. I'll explain the reasoning for them. Bride Ninian is a flying dancer. She has access to Kanto and Ring skills, which makes her better to use than her infantry counterparts. Additionally, she's a Blue Tome, meaning she has access to free-to-play Blue Tomes, Flora Guide, Love Bouquet, and Silver Goblet. These tomes grant a variety of drive buffs and debuffs. For the same reason Shigure outclasses Young Azura, Greens simply don't have these options. New Year's Azura is better than Young Azura for movement reasons as well. She has helped me out many a time in limited battles since I didn't pull home that crappy Hero Rises banner. Going off script for a second, why did y'all vote for that? How much far trace fire does a nigga need? Like, damn. Now, let's list out all the probabilities for what I've defined as a high priority dancer. The odds are 1 out of 22 from red, 2 out of 28 from blue, 2 out of 32 for green, and 1 out of 27 for colorless. Now that we discussed all the important heroes on Radar, it's time to deep dive into which color is statistically the best to summon on. First, let's discuss the probability of pulling something useful from each of the colors. For red, the probability of not wanting to end your life is 16 out of 22. Wow, good odds. For blue, 12 out of 28. For green, 15 out of 32. And for colorless, 17 out of 27. Wow. Red seems absolutely stacked, right? But these probabilities may be a little deceiving. After all, it equates getting Speed Rest Rowley to getting...
You should kill yourself now!
To remedy this, I've devised a subjective method of rating the units that will be balanced with the probability of getting them. I won't bore you with all of my criteria, but here are a few key points in my ranking. Units that have high performance get a lot more points than the ones with just fodder. Being a high priority dancer doesn't really offer many points since their use is largely niche. Additionally, if some of the Valor skills are more accessible, I rate them lower. For instance, LA Roy has Bow Valor, but Nina is in the permanent pool, and she just got that god awful resplendent.
I heard your porn addiction is strong. Let me fight it.
Nighty night.
So you may already own it. So Roy's Bow Valor isn't as good as, say, a Lance Valor from Robin. And finally, a character is ranked higher if they have multiple things going for them, being fodder and being a great unit like Duo Alpha.
I would choose my next words very carefully if I were you.
Holy shit, Marth! Yeah, like Duo Marth. Yeah, like Duo Marth. Hopefully the rest of you don't send me death threats for my opinions. Let's just get into the math. Coming in last, the color you want to avoid with your life is green. I've been foreshadowing it the whole video, but holy crap. It has a rating of 63.2. Ouch. This rating comes from the fact that many of the green heroes are just worthless, and there's only 2 to 3 viable pickups, 2 if you don't count Calgaro. Many of them don't even have double rally skills. A couple rare Valor skills are here, but that just wasn't enough to get over how huge this pool is. With disappointment. Coming up next is actually the color blue. It received a rating of 83.9. Not bad. Even though blue is third in overall value, blue definitely has the best unit performance of all the colors. Blue just had too much junk to really recover from. I don't know if you've noticed, but the amount of junk units in blue rivals even green. It's still worth pulling on, but I can't in good conscience say it's the most valuable color. This time, I can't give Fonzie a big W. Maybe next time. Colorless is coming up next. It received a ranking of 88.8. However, there's a catch. This was factoring in the fact that the player finds Dazzling and Wrathful skills useful. If a player does not value these skills, the rating of Colorless drops down to 75.9. Still better than green, which is strange to think about, no? Usually we say colorless hell, but it's more like all greens, time to drink a liter of benzene! But I digress. Colorless is still an excellent option due to the potential of Winter, Marth, and Selkie. It still has some fodder aside from staff exclusive V skills in the form of 2 Valors and double rallies on both the mediocre Big Tit Summer characters. To no one's shock, red has the most value at 100%. The color thrives off the fact that it's the smallest pool, meaning that when you pick a red orb, you have a higher chance of actually pulling a specific unit. Though the small pool is definitely a key factor in Red's victory here, we can't ignore the sheer amount of units that will bring some type of value to your account. 16 out of 22 of the characters have something that makes them worth having. There's 3 Valor skills, tons of great fodder, and save unit galore. This color will definitely be worth your tickets. Make sure to remember to share this video to all your fellow summoners so that they too have the power of just watching a video instead of doing hours-long research. But also, if you enjoyed the video, consider smashing that like button and joining the congregation. Or else...
Blood will rain.
I thought I would put this here instead of my usual outro since this is a very important video. This is like my first big project on YouTube, and I wanted to say big thank you to people who's hyping it up, who's gassing it up. Big thank you to the people who actually watched to the end. That means so much to me because this is going to be my life from now on, so you guys participating in that and helping me out, it literally means the world to me. So you guys, my close friends and supporters, you guys give me so much strength. I'm strong myself, but you guys like give me so much courage to be able to go on this journey. So thank you. Have a good day.